1. Lack of oxygen in the brain for 5 to 10 minutes results in permanent brain damage. 2. Your brain keeps developing until your late 40s. 3. New brain connections are created every time you form a memory. 4. Your brain uses 20% of the total oxygen and blood in your body. 5. There's a virus that attacks human DNA, making people less intelligent, impairing brain activity, learning and memory. 6. When awake, the human brain produces enough electricity to power a low-wattage bulb. 7. Family violence affects the brains of children in much the same way combat affects soldiers. 8. It's scientifically proven that even a small dose of power changes how a person's brain operates and diminishes empathy. 9. Taste receptors have been found in the stomach, intestines, pancreas, lungs, anus, testicles, and the brain. 10. Dr. Thomas Harvey, a pathologist at the Princeton Hospital, was the one who made Einstein body's autopsy and kept the brain with the intention of studying it to discover what made Einstein a genius. 11. The human brain has about the same consistency as warm butter, an egg white, soft gelatin, or soft tofu. 12. Sniffing real, not synthetic, chocolate increases theta brain waves, which has a significant relaxing effect on the brain. 13. During an orgasm, the brain releases so much dopamine that a brain scan resembles that of someone on heroin. 14. Forgetting is good for the brain. Deleting unnecessary information helps the nervous system retain its plasticity. 15. Alcohol doesn't make you forget anything. When you get blackout drunk, the brain temporarily loses the ability to create memories. 16. Sphenopalatine ganglioneuralgia is the scientific term for brain freeze. 17. There is no left brain, right brain divide. It's a myth. They work together. 18. A few studies have shown some evidence of statistical association of cell phone use and brain tumor risks in humans, but most studies have found no association. 19. Sleep deprivation affects the brain in multiple ways that can impair judgment and slow reaction. 20. Rejection and physical pain are the same to your brain. 21. It only takes 6 minutes for brain cells to react to alcohol. 22. When you learn something new, the structure of your brain changes. 23. Male brains, on average, have a total volume that is between 8% and 13% larger than that of females. At 24. Music triggers activity in the same brain structure that releases the pleasure chemical dopamine during sex and eating. 25. Due to the new discovery of many brain parasites, scientists now think zombie apocalypse is actually possible. 26. The feeling of certainty can be triggered without the need for facts or reasoning, using electric stimulation over a specific part of the brain. 27. We have more brain cells as a newborn baby than we will ever have again. 28. Half of your genes describe the complex design of your brain, with the other half describing the organization of the other 98% of your body. 29. In 2015, the fourth most powerful supercomputer in the world took 40 minutes to simulate just 1 second of human brain activity. 30. The human brain is composed of about 100 billion neurons plus a trillion glial cells. 31. At rest, your brain uses 1/5 of a calorie per minute. 32. There are virtually no differences in brain anatomy between people with autism and those without. 33. Half our brains can be removed by surgery with no apparent effect on personality or memory. 34. There is no such thing as a male brain or a female brain. All have an unpredictable mishmash of male-like and female-like features. 35. From looking at the brain scans of the brokenhearted, researchers found that recovering from a breakup is like a kicking an addiction to a drug. 36. Research on naps, meditation, and nature walks reveals that mental breaks increase productivity, replenish attention, solidify memories, and encourage creativity. 37. The human brain named itself. 38. Researchers found that when jazz musicians improvise, their brains turn off areas linked to self-censoring and inhibition and turn on those that let self-expression flow. 39. Human beings have as many brain cells in their stomachs as cats have in their brains. 40. Brain age decreases by 0.95 years for each year of education, and by 0.58 years for every daily flight of stairs climbed. A study found. 41. The brain itself doesn't feel pain. Though the brain has billions of neurons, it has no pain receptors. 42. We can't remember much of our first few years because the hippocampus wasn't developed enough to build a rich memory of an event. 43. Cro-Magnon man, who lived in Europe 20,000 to 30,000 years ago, had the biggest brains of any human species. In comparison, today's human brain is about 10% smaller. 44. The human brain has enough memory to hold 3 million hours of television. 45. It takes about 0.2 seconds for your brain to understand the light that reaches your eye. 46. A woman's hippocampus, central to memories, mood, and emotions, grows in sync with estrogen levels as she goes through her menstrual cycle. 47. Breastfeeding actually changes the way a mother's brain works, making her more attuned to the child's crying. 48. People plotting revenge experience heightened activity in the brain's reward center, according to a 2004 study in the journal Science. 49. Our brain's cognitive decline starts at age 24, according to a study. 50. A scan of Sting's brain found that composing music activates different parts of the brain than writing poetry or creating art. 51. To your brain, one sleepless night is the cognitive equivalent of being legally drunk. 52. 35 years after leaving school, the majority of people can still identify 90% of their classmates. 53. The average intelligence of humans has risen 20 IQ points since 1950, a study found. 54. Lack of sleep may shrink your brain. 55. Research shows that people can handle 2 tasks at a time, but they make 3 times as many errors when a 3rd task is added. 56. Brain scans taken during a study showed that listening to poems activated parts of participants' brains that are not activated when listening to music or watching films. 57. When looking at a crowd, we can only recognize 2 faces at a time. 58. To understand a pun, your brain's right and left hemispheres have to work together due to the unique structure of the joke. 59. The average English speaker has about 50,000 words in their mind and finds the right one in 600 milliseconds. 60. While studying brain scans to search for patterns that correlated with psychopathic behavior, neuroscientist James Fallon found that his own brain fit the profile